What happens when America's sweetheart reaches her breaking point on live television? When the cameras are rolling and millions are watching, sometimes the mask slips and we see the real person underneath. This was one of the most shocking moments in morning television history. When Kelly Clarkson completely lost it during what was supposed to be a routine promotional interview, the Today Show studio was buzzing with its usual morning energy. Coffee cups steamed on desks, production assistants scurried around with clipboards, and the familiar hum of live television filled the air. Craig Melvin sat across from Kelly Clarkson, both framed perfectly by the professional lighting setup. To viewers at home, it looked like just another polished morning chat about her latest project. The floor director called out, "We're back in 30 seconds." Kelly shifted in her chair, straightened her blazer, and checked her reflection in the monitor. She'd done this routine countless times before. It was supposed to be easy. Creig barely needed his notes. He'd interviewed her before and expected the same warm, professional Kelly. Nothing in his preparation suggested trouble ahead. The countdown hit 0. Creig smiled at the camera. "Welcome back to Today. I'm Craig Melvin, and I'm here with Grammy-winning superstar Kelly Clarkson." "Kelly, thanks for being here this morning." "Thanks for having me, Craig. Always love being on the show," Kelly replied. But there was tension in her eyes. Creig started with the usual, her new album. Kelly leaned forward. "This album is really personal. It's about growth, finding your voice again after life changes. Anyone who's had to rebuild themselves will connect with these songs." Then Creig shifted gears. "Speaking of rebuilding, you've been very open about your divorce proceedings. How has that influenced your music?" Kelly's smile faltered. "I've always processed life through music. You either let hard times break you or you turn them into something meaningful." Creig nodded but pushed further. "But there have been reports about custody arrangements and financial disputes. How do you balance openness in your songs with protecting your kids' privacy?" Kelly sat back, her shoulders tense. "My kids are my priority. Everything I do is with them in mind." "Of course," Creig said, "but when you sing about lies, broken promises and trust, aren't you giving us a window into what went wrong in your marriage?" "My songs are about universal emotions," Kelly replied, her voice sharper now. "That's what artists do." Creig laughed lightly. "But come on. In your song Court Date Blues," Kelly blinked. "Excuse me? What song are you talking about?" "I don't have a song called Court Date Blues." Creig hesitated, looking at his notes. "Well, according to our research—" "Your research team got it wrong," Kelly snapped, her tone ice cold. "I came here to talk about music, not to relitigate my personal life on national television." Creig tried to soften things. "Fans are curious, Kelly. They care about you." Kelly leaned in, her voice rising. "Creig, I've never once publicly disparaged my ex-husband. I've handled this with dignity. I'm not going to let you turn this into a gossip session." The studio energy shifted. Camera operators exchanged nervous glances. The floor director stepped closer, sensing an eruption. Creig doubled down. "But isn't it true there were allegations of financial impropriety?" "Sources close to the situation—" "Stop!" Kelly's hand shot up. Her eyes burned with anger. "What sources? What allegations? You're repeating tabloid garbage on live TV. Are you serious?" "These reports came from reputable journalists," Creig muttered. "Reputable?" Kelly laughed bitterly. "Creig, do you have children?"
"Yes," he answered cautiously.
"Then you should understand there are lines you don't cross. You don't say things about someone's family based on gossip. You don't drag kids into this." The room fell silent. Creig tried to recover.
"Kelly, I'm not trying to attack you."
"I'm just asking the questions our viewers would." "Our viewers?" Kelly stood abruptly, her mic pack tugging at her blazer. "They tuned in to hear about music, not this. Not your ambush with made-up songs and gossip." Creig rattled, claimed the questions were cleared with her publicist. "That's a lie," Kelly cut in. "We agreed this was about the album and tour. No one said anything about custody or finances. You blindsided me." The crew shifted uncomfortably as Kelly towered over Creig. "Don't you dare tell me to calm down," she snapped, when he urged her to breathe. "You sit there with your lies and then tell me to relax? Unbelievable." Creig glanced toward the control room for help. The red light stayed on. They were still live. "Maybe we should go to commercial," Creig suggested weakly. "Oh no," Kelly shot back. "You wanted this conversation on air, so let's have it. Let's talk about how you fabricated Court Date Blues out of thin air." Did you make that up yourself or did your team feed it to you? Craig flushed red. There may have been some confusion in our notes. Confusion? Kelly's laugh was sharp. You just accused me of writing songs about custody battles that don't exist. Do you have any idea how irresponsible that is? Kelly, I apologize if there was an error. If, she repeated, incredulous. Craig, you just told millions of people I wrote a song that never existed. That's not an error. That's reckless. The floor director gestured frantically, but Kelly kept going. And the worst part? You dragged my children into this. Do you think their classmates won't see this? Do you realize what you've just done? Craig stammered. That wasn't my intention. I don't care about your intentions, Kelly snapped. I care about your actions. And your actions have been unprofessional and disgusting. The word landed like a blow. Craig tried to defend himself. Kelly, you're overreacting. Her voice shot up an octave. Overreacting? Imagine your marriage falling apart. Imagine trying to protect your children. Then imagine going on TV to promote your work, only to be blindsided by lies. Still think I'm overreacting? Craig sat frozen, sweat beading under the lights. Maybe we could start over, he said quietly. Start over? Kelly shook her head. You can't unsay what you said. You can't erase it. This wasn't a misunderstanding. It was an ambush. I wasn't trying to humiliate you. Then what were you trying to do? Create drama, break me? Well, congratulations. Mission accomplished. Kelly unclipped her microphone pack and set it on the table with a click. You know what the saddest part is, Craig? I actually respected you. I thought you were one of the good ones. Turns out I was wrong. The studio froze. The red light blinked steadily, capturing every devastating word. You want to know something personal? Kelly asked, her voice calmer now but cutting deeper. When I was going through my divorce, sitting in lawyers' offices, trying to explain to my kids why their world was falling apart, do you know what kept me going? I believed people were decent. I believed boundaries existed. I believed the media wouldn't exploit my children. But you just proved me wrong. Craig whispered. I never meant to hurt you. Then what was your goal? Because it looks like you wanted to create a viral moment at my expense. Congratulations again. You got it. She slung her purse over her shoulder. This album means everything to me. It's my way of turning pain into something beautiful. But instead of celebrating that, you turned this into an interrogation. You made me your villain. And for what? Ratings? Craig sagged, realizing the damage was done. Kelly leaned down, her voice low but firm. When someone trusts you with their story, you have a responsibility. You don't ambush them. You don't lie about their work. You don't drag their kids into it. That's not authenticity. That's exploitation. She looked at him one last time. Even now, you're still trying to frame this as me overreacting instead of you being unprofessional. That tells me everything I need to know about who you really are. With that, Kelly walked off the set, leaving Craig Melvin speechless, the studio in stunned silence, and millions of viewers watching one of the most unforgettable meltdowns in live television history.